Hi everyone, we are from Group 2 Session 1 and 2 for subject Statistical Packages. Is going to present about the number of successful application of Peranti Siswa among students in Uthm Pagoh. My name is Tan Jiazhen, the leader of Group 2. Gilbert Tan Kan Fong, K Chin Wei, Chen Jie and Hong Siying are my group members.
In introduction, I'm going to introduce Peranti Siswa and SPSS. Peranti Siswa program project provide devices to B40 group students and higher education institutions in order to prevent interruption to the students' study, especially for students in low-income families. The student who apply successfully will receive a Samsung Galaxy Tab A8, Samsung Smart Keyboard 12500, book covers, and stylus pen. In this assignment, we will use statistical package for the social science SPSS to analyze data and form graph. SPSS is a software program that is frequently used as a statistical analytic tools in the field of social science. The core function of SPSS are statistic program, modular program, visualization, designer, and also test analytic.
For methodology, we use sampling technique to obtain information about this group project. We prepared a Google form and 15 respondents who selected from among the students at Uthm Pagoh to answer the questionnaire. After collecting data, we transfer the data from Google Form to software SPSS to analyze those data. We categorize data into 5 parts, which is demographic respondent, question about nominal, ordinal, discrete, and continuous. For demographic respondent and question about nominal and ordinal, we use pie chart, bar chart, and line chart to analyze those data. On the contrary, we use bar chart, histogram, test of normality, and normal QQ plot to analyze the question about discrete and continuous. For data analysis, all of the 15 tables are generated by using the software SPSS, which include the item, frequency, percent, value percent, and cumulative percent. It can make us easier to analyze and interpret data compared to interpret data at the cache of data view in SPSS. We arrange all of the graphs to form a few dashboard. By having dashboard, we can analyze and compare the data quickly and get the information needed without shifting the spreadsheet. Now I'm going to show how to generate chart by using the software SPSS, and then we click Legacy dialog. And we can choose what type of chart we want to do. For example, I want to do a chart with gender. I decided to use a pie chart to represent data of gender. So I click pie, and I put the gender into define size by, and click OK. Then the pie chart is generated. We also can use same step and same concept to generate other chart with different titles. For demographic respondent, we choose 3 characteristics, which is gender, faculty, and race in this group project. First, we have the same number of male and female respondents because gender is not an important factor to affect the probability of successful application of Peranti Siswa. Secondly, the majority of respondents from faculty fast because our program is under faculty fast, so we send this Google form to a lot of group faculty fast. Lastly, the majority of respondents are Chinese because the Chinese student in our program, Industrial Statistics, is more than the student of Malay and Indian.
Now, I'm going to present about graph of nominal. First, this graph is about number of Uthm Pagoh students successfully and unsuccessfully apply for Peranti Siswa. We can see that number of students choose no is more than yes. Probably is because of individual during the initial screening step or not tally with prescribed level of student. Next, this graph is about number of Uthm Pagoh students who has on table before. We can see that number of students choose no is more than yes because of unable to afford expenses or they didn't use tablet at all. The title of the graph is number of Uthm Pagoh students in different reasons to apply for Peranti Siswa. We can see that number of students choose necessary is more than desire because they really need to use it for studies such as doing coursework and also doing notes.
Next, I would like to present about graphs of ordinal. First, this graph is about the classification of household monthly income. Majority of respondents that apply for Peranti Siswa come from B40 families because some of them could not afford for laptops or tablets, but they need a device other than smartphones to complete their assignments or homework. Next, this graph is about the complexity of applying for Peranti Siswa. We can see that majority of respondents think that the complexity of applying Peranti Siswa is medium because the procedure of application of Peranti Siswa is almost the same as the application for other scholarships, which they are already familiar with. The third graph is the level of desire to apply Peranti Siswa. We can see that the majority of respondents have high levels of desire because Peranti Siswa is free to be applied and will help them perform better in their studies.
In order to analyze the discrete and continuous data, is normal distributed or not, we should do the test of normality to show the result by using SPSS. So first we click the analyze, then choose the descriptive statistic, and then click the export, and we choose the respondent, and we put the respondent to the dependent list, and then we choose, okay, for example, I choose this one, which is descriptive data to the vector list, and then we check it, and we click the plot, and then we choose a dot histogram, and we click, remember we should click the normality plot with S, then continue, and we check, okay, then we click OK. So that is how the test of normality is generated. Our first question is about the number of ways to get the information about the Peranti Siswa program. There were 15 respondents. Find 2 and 3 ways to get the information about the Peranti Siswa, while as a respondent only know one way. We chose 3 as n. We can see that when n is 3, the significant value of the Shapiro wave is 0.196. Since p-value 0.196 is greater than the significant level alpha, which is 0.05, the normal QQ plot shows that the data are close to the diagonal line. It concludes that the data of 3 ways to get the information about the Peranti Siswa program is normal distribution. The second question is about the number of students receive Peranti Siswa in their room. We conclude that the highest number of students receive Peranti Siswa is 4 students per room, which is 12 respondents say, while the lowest number of students receive Peranti Siswa is 11 students per room, which is 1 respondent. It can be seen that the number of respondents is 3, and the significant value of Shapiro wave is 0.890. Since the p-value 0.890 is greater than the significant level 0.05, the normal QQ plot shows that the data points are close to the diagonal line. It concludes that the data of 3 students with Peranti Siswa in their room is normal distributed. The third question is about the number of Uthm Pagoh students in different batches to apply for Peranti Siswa. It can be seen that 20 respondents in Uthm Pagoh apply successfully Peranti Siswa in batch 1, while 30 respondents in Uthm Pagoh apply successfully Peranti Siswa in batch 2. When we take the data of batch 2, the significant value of Shapiro wave is 0.265. Since p-value 0.265 is greater than the significant level 0.05, the normal QQ plot shows that the data points are close to the diagonal line. It concludes that the data of Uthm Pagoh students apply successfully Peranti Siswa in batch 2 is normal distributed.
According to the data, the household income most of respondents is less than 4,850 ringgit per month, while the least numbers of applicants who have the household income is greater than the 10,960 ringgit per month. For the normal test, the null hypothesis is data is normal, the alternative hypothesis is data is not normal. The Shapiro wave test result is used because less than 50 observations. First 2 household income, the p-value is greater than 0.05. Fail to reject the null hypothesis so that the data is normally distributed. For the last household income, the p-value is smaller than 0.05, so that the data is not normally distributed. From the normal QQ plot, when the data points are close to the diagonal line, the data is normally distributed. The bar chart demonstrates 30 out of the 50 respondents received the Peranti Siswa application result status in the period between the 30 October until the 30 November, which is more than the period between the 29 August to 29 October that have the 20 out of the 50 respondents. These 2 periods, the p-value is greater than 0.05, so that the data is normally distributed. The highest numbers of applicants is between the ages 18 to 20, while the lowest number of applicants is between the ages 24 to 26. The ages 18 to 20, the p-value is greater than 0.05, fail to reject the null hypothesis, and the data is normally distributed. While for the ages 21 to 23, the p-value is smaller than 0.05, reject the null hypothesis, and the data is not normally distributed.
All in all, the success applications for Peranti Siswa are 28 respondents, 56%, which is higher than the unsuccess applications, which are 22 respondents, 44%. Majority of students in Uthm Pagoh successfully apply for Peranti Siswa, which brings an array of benefits and conveniences in their academic studies. It is hoped that those students who have successfully applied for Peranti Siswa can make a good use of the Peranti Siswa in academics to thank the government for its assistance.
That's all of our presentation. Thank you.